Not a Liverpool fan, by the way. Those of you who have watched this for quite a while know that I do like a little dig here and there. Ah, I ruined it right at the end. Yes, guys, welcome back to another week of TFW. We're back again in the midst of the transfer window and the midst of loads of football. Of course, Sunday night, you guys sent all your opinions in to our community post, and we've got loads of them flying around. First off, big news today, Bruno Fernandes to Manchester United in the midst of happening. Could be happening right now. First off, Nathan Adventures says, do you think Bruno Fernandes would be a good fit for Man United? I do, actually. Having seen him play, not a huge amount, and like Sporting Lisbon fans, feel free to let us know in the comment section. He looks like, from his goals and assists record and the way he plays, he'd be perfect for United. They'd have a more solid defence, hold in defensive midfield. They'd have a brilliant sort of shape in attack with two wide players like Rashford and James, and Martial all the way up top. And it would create this like vacuum, this little hole in the number 10 role for Bruno Fernandes to just be brilliant. He can basically be that luxury player who may not be the hardest working and tracking back, but he's going to have the likes of Fred and McTominay and even Pogba in the deeper positions. I think it could be brilliant. If he's got all the technical ability and he's going to be able to play passes into a speedy front three on the counter-attack, there's no reason for me why I don't think he'd be a good fit. Panda Master said, if Bruno Fernandes goes to Man United, will he make a big impact on how they play, or is he overhyped? No one's going to know if he's overhyped until he actually joins and then plays. Will he make a big impact on how they play? He's not going to make a big impact as if he's going to change it. He will be amazing, like fitting into this system. He will, as I just mentioned, he will be really good and really help them. It's not going to make a massive difference. I don't think, for example, I don't think the future of United will be built around Fernandes. He'll just be an excellent piece to their puzzle. Moving on from United to Liverpool, and this is a big hot take from that Egyptian kid. City are playing better than Liverpool, but due to injury and them being unlucky, Liverpool are on top, plus VAR does everything Liverpool wants. This is a massive call. Personally, I'm not agreeing. I think, yes, you could probably point to one or two decisions that have gone Liverpool's way. They've probably gone every other team's way in the league at some stage. There have also some that haven't gone for Liverpool. But overall, their play is unbelievable. They're not getting VAR for 90 minutes straight. They're playing football for 90 minutes straight. And there's like the odd VAR call. Liverpool, where they are because they deserve to be. They've played an unbelievable season. They've ridden their luck at times, but which title team hasn't ridden their luck on occasion? You go back to pretty much every single team that's won the title. They've deserved it, but they have seen a bit of luck along the way. You know, the odd offside call here, the odd lucky victory here. Liverpool have had it this season with a few last-minute penalties. But overall, yeah, they've definitely deserved to be where they are. At the moment, I would say City are playing well. They played brilliant against Villa, but over the Christmas period, there was that loss to Wolves as well, which wasn't great. No, I can't see it happening. Liverpool were made the best start ever to a season. And Dead Tadzong has said, can Liverpool be beaten? It's like whenever big teams go up against them, they literally choke and give them wins. The Spurs-Leicester games, for example. Leicester losing 4-0 at home to Liverpool is not a choke. That's just Liverpool playing a brilliant game. Not a Liverpool fan, by the way. Those of you who have watched this for quite a while know that I do like a little dig here and there. Nothing personal against Liverpool, you know. When you're that successful, it's quite easy for an opposite fan to have a little dig. But no, they're not choking. As for Spurs choking, that was actually, the game against Liverpool was one of their best performances in recent weeks. I don't know if any of you guys watch a lot of Spurs games. They've been pretty damn shocking in the last few weeks. That was one of their better games. Certainly wasn't them choking. Liverpool, you know, rode out their luck and were just a bit better. And Rage Quitter said, Liverpool have now 6 clean sheets in a row and Matip and Fabinho are back in training. How is anyone going to score? Great question. I'll leave that to the strikers of the Premier League to figure out how they're going to score, because at the moment it looks like they're not conceding anything. But moving on, Valverde and the Spanish Super Cup. This is mad. This, if anyone's seen it, Big Head Peanut said, thoughts on Fede Valverde? His tackle that stopped Morata from going one-on-one with Courtois divided opinion. For those of you who haven't seen it, Alvaro Morata was through with 5 minutes to go in extra time in the Spanish Cup final. Fede Valverde smashed him down, got a red card. Real Madrid went on to win on penalties to get finished 0-0. So Big Head Peanut is saying, one saying he's a warrior who decided to effectively sacrifice himself for the team, and the other saying Valverde stopped Morata unfairly and that he broke the rules to win the game. I personally am of the opinion that Fede made the right decision, that he should be praised by Real Madrid fans for taking one for the team. Exactly. Personally, I haven't seen it, but I'll take your word for it, mate. So others saying Valverde stopped Morata unfairly, he broke the rules to win the game. His breaking of the rules was punished. He got a red card. He knew what he was doing. He broke the rules with a professional last man tackle, got a red card. To directly win the game, you can't say that because they won them on penalties, if anyone is saying that on social media or anywhere. Valverde took that risk knowing that with 10 men, they could have conceded 2 or 3 in the last 5 minutes. That isn't a direct cause and effect of winning the game. It was just so happens that they managed to see out the last 5 minutes of the game and then win on penalties. Atletico Madrid still had the chance to win the game on penalties. Obviously, it doesn't really matter how many players you've got on the pitch. He broke the rules. He got the punishment of a red card, but Real Madrid scored the penalties. So, yeah, fair play for Valverde for doing what he did. You'd all do it. Every single team would love him. Every single team on the planet and every fan would love it if their midfielder did that and they went on to win the cup. Aguero now, because Furnace9 is asking, is Aguero the best striker ever? Smiley agrees, saying Aguero is probably the best striker the league has had this decade. He means last decade, 2010 to 20. We get what you mean. It's fine. Yes, Aguero is the most amount of goals. He's now, the highest scoring foreign player in the Premier League. He's only a few off Andy Cole, then Wayne Rooney, then Alan Shearer. It's going to be a monumental effort to beat Shearer's 260 because he's now, I'm going to just do the maths, 88, I believe. No, that's way too many. 87, potentially. 87 goals off Alan Shearer, 88 off beating his record is what I meant. Yeah, that's going to be quite difficult to beat, but yes, he is the best. Consistency-wise, what he's won, how he's improved, I think, as a player, Aguero, and how, even now, when he's had so many injuries to City, he's shown no signs of slowing down. And what's even better is he's managed to hold on to his place, for the most part, whilst battling off, all that Gabriel Jesus has done by being a wonder kid, really pushing Aguero for that top spot. Normally, strikers would be able to hold off a guy like Gabriel Jesus for as long as he has. So, massive, massive props to Aguero. Moving on, talking about more strikers, Harry Kane. Spurs without Harry Kane. Ilya Matthias said, do Spurs really play better without Harry Kane? No, that is a complete misconception. All kind of stemmed last season. Harry Kane had a few weeks out around the January period after getting injured against Manchester United. Spurs won a few games without him. Lucky games, I must say. Last-minute winners, 1-0 victories against some lesser sides. Thanks to the form of Heung-min Son and a few goals from Llorente. Spurs do not play better without Harry Kane. A few players might show up more, but you'd probably be looking out for the likes of Son, Ali and Mora's contribution without Kane. It wouldn't be as obvious what they're doing when Kane's not there. The Liverpool game is the perfect example, especially towards the end. Lo Celso, great chance. Spurs created a few chances against Liverpool. Could have taken one and maybe nicked a point if they had someone in the middle who could score goals. That someone? Harry Kane. Charles Rickles said, how will Spurs survive without Kane? You could tell they were struggling against Liverpool. Exactly. Almost like I read these before the show started. Yes, Charles, Spurs are going to find it difficult to survive without Kane, and the striker needs to be bought. If Daniel Levy can't see that, he's the worst chairman in the history of football. Moving on. Nikhil Kailan. Your opinion on Ciro Immobile's current form and the chance of Lazio winning Serie A? Massive, massive victory over Napoli. He's now got 20 goals this season, Immobile, which is incredible. Incredible return. Top goal scorer by quite a way over Lukaku and Ronaldo in Serie A. The chance of Lazio winning, as good as they've been, I think rest on Juventus or Inter slipping up. They're doing well, Lazio, to kind of keep pace with the top two. I think Inter Milan look really, really good this season under Antonio Conte. Juventus have just got winning in their DNA. It's like so many good teams. They can go and have a poor stage, a poor run, 1 or 2 poor performances. They'll grind out results. They'll hold on to leads. They'll go in and do what they need to do to win, like they've done in Serie A for like the last, 8 years or something. They're going for their 9th in a row. It's so hard to keep them down no matter what is going on their side. Lazio have an outside chance, and if they do, deservedly so after a brilliant year of football. Random Jabba has also said, do you think Immobile's top form will get him a move to a big team, or will he stay in Lazio? Pretty offensive to Lazio fans, but I actually don't think we'll get a move to a big team. I believe Immobile is 28 or 29 now. He made 2 moves abroad to Dortmund and Sevilla, both which yielded less than 10 goals combined. I really think, as sad as it seems, because he's been brilliant, and last season I think he was top goal scorer in Serie A, maybe it was joint. I think that's what most clubs will point to. You look at someone who clearly hasn't done it abroad with 2 moves in Germany and Spain, who now, with the kind of goals that he's scoring, would probably cost upwards of 50 million, and then he's going to be in his early 30s by the next year or two. That's not so attractive from a business point of view for a club. I know you're going to say, Matt, football over business. I agree with you. That's just the way it is these days, and I can't see any team going for it. Last but not least, a quick one from Rudo11 saying, Bournemouth will get relegated. Losing at home 3-0 to a team that just a few weeks ago was last is surely a bad sign. Although, credit to Nigel Pearson and Watford, they've picked up the 3rd amount of points in the last 5 games behind City and Liverpool. And that is right. Sorry, are just behind Liverpool. Actually, they're better than City. That is right after a 4-0 humiliation to West Ham, also with a new manager in David Moyes. Do you agree? Yes. I think the time has run out for Bournemouth, and many people are talking about Eddie Howe, saying, you know, he's had all the backing of his own, he's had enough years. It's almost that team that everyone likes because, I've spoken about it before, they're not offensive. They're not going to go and make a big signing from under the noses of a direct rival. They're not going to threaten the top 6. They're not going to, you know, have an aggressive gameplay that really offends the beauty of football. But Bournemouth really need to do something. They can't go on being this nice forever. They will get relegated. There's rumours, you know, that a few of their players are going to be sold. Nathan Ake, Callum Wilson. It's not looking so good if they're big players, and Wilson is a massive player for them, along with Josh King and Ake in defence. If they go, Bournemouth almost need a ruthless streak. They either need to hold on to them, or they need to go and buy proper players who are going to keep them in the division. It's looking pretty tough, especially as he's mentioned here, with the teams around them like West Ham and Watford, picking up points against them, going on runs and taking themselves away from the relegation zone. For me, I think Bournemouth and Norwich are down, but you know, it's a bit premature with 5 months to go. Anyway, of course, this is all about your opinions on TFW. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on a Sunday night in the community tab. Do not, and I mentioned it to you guys, that isn't a place for quick fires or Champions League questions or predictions about the decade or whatever. This is for the opinions on the weekend's football that we've just seen over the weekend. So every Sunday night in the community tab. If you want to ask those other questions, every Wednesday night for the Q&A, but we'll get onto that later in the week. Of course, whilst you're there, let me know all your thoughts on all the topics covered in this episode in the comments section below. Smash the like button whilst you're there. Hit the subscribe button as well for loads more Onefootball comment. Yeah. I ruined it right at the end. Whilst you're down in the comment section, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button as well with your bell notification turned on so you can hear all about the latest stuff we've got going on in Onefootball, like some of this stuff flying around the screen. Anyway, of course, thanks so much for all of your comments, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.